So last week, Fraymakers went into early access. This is a game I've been waiting on for about 2 years, I want to say. But nevertheless, the game went into early access. I was very excited. Sadly, about 2 days later, a new Fire Emblem game dropped. And I'm a really big Fire Emblem fan, so yeah, all grinding on that game kind of went to a halt. So here I am, I'm back after playing all the main story of Fire Emblem Engage, and I am ready to give you my full opinions on the game. Now I want to make this very clear, I am not sponsored by this game. Unless you want to sponsor me, my business email is below. Please reach out, please. But anyway, so what I mean by this is I'm giving my full unbiased opinions over this game. And one more thing I want to just make very clear here is that the game is in early access. I say this a lot in the video, looking back over the script, because the game's in early access. I want you guys to get this. So if you're using this video to determine if you should buy the game, don't know if you really should, honestly. I think you give the game a chance, but we'll get to that later. So let's start with the pros of this game. First off, this game looks great. I'm a big fan of the art style of this game. I'm a big sucker for good pixel art and exactly what this game does. I love how bright, colorful, and cartoonish the game looks. It's just really pleasant to look at. The OST isn't bad. I'm not too big of a fan of the OST, but I can tell a lot of love and talent went into it, and I could definitely see a lot of people liking this. Though that main theme is a fucking banger, though. Let's not confuse it here. The assist system. I've never seen it done in a platform fighter, and if it has been done, I'm sorry, I have not seen it, but it is very fun. Normally whenever you add an assist system to the game becomes a degenerate mess of unblockable mix-ups and zero to deaths. I think in a platform fighter, it actually works a lot better for the simple fact that you simply have more defensive options and the fact that you can just move more. Now this game does have weaker defensive options than most platform fighters, or maybe also like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, but that doesn't count. But I can intentionally tell that they gave this game a weaker defensive game, so it ends up being a very fast-paced game overall. I think these decisions work well and add up to a unique experience, and I think the assist system just adds on to that, allowing you to have these crazy combo extensions while not feeling unfair, if that makes sense. The creativity with this game, I fucking love it. This game is just such a cool idea brought to life. This game not only is a celebration of indie games, like how Smash Ultimate's a celebration on Nintendo games, and well, I guess games in general, but you get my flow here, but they did it in such a unique way rather than just making it another Smash clone. I think the character picks really emphasize this and perfectly show off why these characters are, unique from just being, oh, look, it's a Marth clone, look, it's just Mario, These characters feel like distinct characters, and if they were thrown into any other platform fighters, they would stand out. And I do think having a smaller roster does benefit to this, because as much as I love Smash Ultimate's big roster, the game does have points where some characters do feel very, very similar, whether I kind of disagree and I think every character in the game is unique. I cannot get away from the fact that, oh, this sortie outranges you. Oh, this sortie just outranges you. Oh, yeah, you see what I mean? Having a small roster allows them to really emphasize each character's, real strengths and show them being unique rather than just being another fucking brawler character. And I'm really glad they went all out rather than going for a massive roster. So I'm pretty thankful for that. But sadly, for every pro this game has, there is a con for it. And I think the most glaring one that I've experienced the most, and I've seen most people complain about, is the game feels bad to play on a controller. I've tried both my Xbox controllers, and both times it felt like my inputs were being ate and generally just not coming out. Sometimes the game would simply just do something else, and it felt like I was fighting for control over my character. Nothing is wrong with my controllers, by the way. I've played pretty much any PC game with these just fine. I can't speak too heavily on how good the game is on keyboard, but pretty much any discussion I've seen about this, everyone says, yes, this game is better on keyboard. I do think this will be fixed, but it's a little concerning that it wasn't on release. Okay, now I know this one shouldn't probably be as high, and I should talk about other problems with the game first, but this game has melee ledge mechanics for whatever reason. If you don't know what that means, well, it isn't very good. All you need to know is that plinking exists, and if someone grabs ledge before you, you can't grab it, aka ledge hogs are real. But if you want the actual answer, whenever you drop ledge and grab it again, you get your invincibility back. Because in a normal platform fighter, whenever you touch stage, you get it back. But in this game, all you have to do is grab ledge again for invincibility, which allows for some really degenerate play, and I almost hope they just change that out of the game. I'm fine with ledge hogs, but having ledge invincibility like that kinda scares me if they want to go for any floaty type character or anything. I assume they're like aware of this and they're gonna, you know, build characters so they can't do that, but like, what if they slip up and they do, you know? I'm just saying, melee puff. I don't want this game to have a melee puff. I think it's better for me to group the, you know, kind of unfinished parts of the game right here. Again, the game's in early access, it's still being worked on, and things are still being added to the game. So there are moves in this game that don't really have like fully finished animations, though I still think it's kind of cool that they're already like drawn there. I think that's really cool. But, you know, we have to put this here if we're talking about cons of the game. As much as I do like this game, I can't really just look over that. There's also the whole lack of content thing. There isn't really much to do at the moment besides online, and again, I don't personally take a points off the game because I really just want to play online because it's a fighting game. But I know some people do care about the single player content and want like a nice fun experience, so if you're looking for that, I don't know if this is the game for you. And again, this game's in early access, so we could be getting some. Actually, I know we're getting single player content whenever this game fully releases, but as the moment right now of January 26, 2023, we do not have it. My final con for this game is the online. Online does not feel great at all, though I still don't think it's bad, which is a little weird to say, but hear me out here. I don't know what it is, but something about the online just doesn't work sometimes. Like, I can feel that this game has rollback whenever I'm playing it, but then all of a sudden, the game will just switch and there's just no more rollback or something. I don't know what's happening. I've tried a bunch of different pings. I'm in the correct region. I've even tried going to a different region, or I guess the next one over to me, which would be North American West, but I don't know what it is. But I think there's something up with the rollback or just the online netcode in general. I do think this will be ironed out before the release of the game, but I don't know. So again, Fraymakers team, if you're listening to this, please look into your Wi-Fi netcode or whatever, because it just sometimes feels awful and then sometimes it feels great. It's just a flicker thing, and I don't know what it is. Now, I want to preface this after stating all these cons. This game's in early access. I know I've said this so many times, but this game is in early access. I just want that to be known. All these issues, they can be fixed down the line, and I truly do believe they will be fixed down the line. I believe in the people making this game. They made Super Smash Flash 2, which is a, you know, pretty well-made Smash fan game, all things considered. I have faith in these people. So, let me answer the final question of the video. Is Fraymakers good? At this current time, I would personally say, not really. Again, this game is in early access, and really the only reason we can even play it right now is because backers wouldn't shut up about wanting their codes. But listen, none of that's important. If you were into platform fighters, I would recommend getting this game, or at the very least giving it a chance. You know, there's always the refund if you don't want it. I mean, this game's only $20, so it really isn't that expensive. It was already confirmed that the price is going to raise once more content gets put in the game. So, I mean, like, right now is probably the lowest you can get it without, you know, like some Steam sale or whatever. But again, this game has a lot of plans down the line for, you know, a lot more content. So, if you're into the game or into platform fighters, I just recommend giving it a chance. I do give this game, you know, my praise. I have faith in it, and I cannot wait to see what they do down the line. So, if you guys are interested, I'm saying yes, but if you're not too far into the genre, maybe this game isn't for you. And that's all I really have to say about the game. I'm happy with the game, and I'm excited for what the future holds. The only thing I really didn't go into much detail about was the characters, but I plan on doing that later down the line when more get added, so keep track of that. But anyway, thank you for watching, and you know what? I'll see you guys next week.